Iron Stories, Episode 35, Detour. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Iron Stories. The last time we set off with Catania and Gibran, we finally met up with some bandits and secured some lost supplies from Whitewood, and inadvertently we set up maybe some further plot against Whitewood or whatever happens around here. Apparently bandits have banded together under a common benefactor, so to speak, under common goal, and they all wear this elaborate identification in form of a red cloth with a depiction of a fist and a skull with black collar on it. So there seems to be something like that. But at least we found the lost supplies, or we reunited the supplies again with Whitewood. And when we last left off, the villagers came back from Whitewood, or Smeder did go to Whitewood to get some villagers, and they walk through the night, and in the early mornings they arrive, just as the bandit that we interrogated the last night points Gibran and Catania in a direction where they could go off next to maybe find some of these bandits. And maybe find something out more when it comes to this secret person that is funding, so to speak, this raiding and savagery, where their supplies are being stolen for something else, for something bigger. So then might find some stuff in this bandit camp, maybe. But first, the villagers come back, and that it is early morning. The sun is just rising above the horizon, and they slowly arrive. And I guess also under the villagers, or with the villagers, comes the one person that we spoke to when we first entered Whitewood. I don't know if I've put down the name of that guy. Yes, I have. Dagger was his name. So he as well is under the under these people, or with these people. The one that set us off to this path to search for the to find for these bandits, and the one that we swore the iron vow to. And I guess Gibran and Catania probably mostly directly go to him, speaking to him, to Dagger, and asking him, okay, hey, we did what we asked for, maybe not in the way that you asked it for, but hey, here are your supplies minus some bits that that got already consumed, or maybe even sent off. And Dagger isn't that happy as well with the whole situation, how this is all resolved. Um, as I said, Smeeder is also has told the villagers as he was gathering them what has happened, or as they were walking probably there. I mean, they had like 2-3 hours to walk there, so they had quite some time to talk. And I guess Smeeder also talked to Dagger, which is maybe some sort of quote unquote leader, or at least spokesperson of the village, or that has to say a bit more, I guess, on the village. And so he is informed about what has happened, about the threat that the other bandit, or that the bandit that is bound currently in front of them has speaking to. And he also sees a bit the carnage that Gibran and Catania had brought as they fought against all these bandits, in a way. So there is quite some unnerving stuff, I guess, here to be had. So I guess in a way, they come together, or Darger seeks them out specifically, and voices his concerns. Voices his concerns specifically when it comes to what has happened, the way they resolved the thing. He would have been probably way more happier if everything worked out a bit more stealthily, a bit more covertly, so that it didn't like feed back to their village, which apparently it has just from the looks of it, or from the hearing of it, I guess. So I think at that point, Dad, he's not really happy about that, and he voices that those concerns. And Gibran, as unempathetic as he is always, in his ways, he's just dismissing it with he's dismissing it with saying, hey, we said we get your supplies back. You have your supplies back. We didn't agree on a way to do it. How we do it is our choice, so to speak. It's not that we made it unscathed from the whole ordeal as well. And he shows him his wounds. It was either them or us, so we choose us in a way to survive, I guess. I guess Dagger could see sense into these arguments in a way, but of course still is somewhat concerned about his village and about his about his people, I guess. That he's more or less like the unofficial leader with them, and as such he is already commanding all the people, all the villages that have come here. So you get the supplies, you help them, you get the cards, and so on and so forth. He talks to Smeeder. You secure the prisoner. We will have some more talk with him. Then he will stand trial in the village, and probably be hanged in the next morning, for his crimes. And the villagers start to pack together in between all the carnage, etc., that they find here. From the bandits that got killed the night before. They have to like step over some of them, trying not to trip over them. Maybe one or the other is inspecting the weapons that they have, and seems to be a nice sword or whatever, so they keep it for themselves as well, or some nice dagger that they just trying to, as when nobody's looking, like pocket into their own pocket. I mean, it's still probably some valuable stuff for that. So they got maybe a little bit back more, but of course they also find in between everything bits and pieces that they already used, like one of the sacks where they store the corn or store some of the grain or something like that already has been cut open at the bottom, and some of the grain has spilled onto the floor, which in some sense is maybe also a good thing, because it's corn and corn seeds, so maybe it will start to spread or start to flower here as well, amidst all the carnage and the dead bodies. I guess Dogger is also commanding them to pile them up in the middle on the campfire to as well just burn the dead bodies as well. They don't give them proper burials; they're bandits. But at least they get the benefit of the doubt to be burned, to be not be put. Or I mean, they're still human beings or Ironlanders, so they still have the basic rights of at least being burned and not be eaten up by the wild animals, as a shame, I guess. So at least they get that thing. Then he turns around, I guess, to Chebron and Catania again, after he has like given all those command, overseeing, commanding, and seeing. Even in this early hours, he seems to be very focused, very concentrated still, even though they can see that he got yanked out of his sleep probably way too early, but he seems to make up in of it. I mean, walking 2 to 3 hours in the night is also not the kind of thing he probably wanted to do in the early mornings, but he seems to be at least somewhat fresher than the others. So he turns around again and says, "So yeah, well, I've thought about what you've said, about it's either us or them. I guess to some sort you're right. I mean, you had to do what you had to do to survive, even though it implicated our village and may spell more danger and more doom in the future, but maybe they could prepare a bit, or maybe they could, like, as I said, maybe distribute their stuff again, and maybe like scout ahead a bit further, and then maybe bring children and women into maybe this more safe spot before they attack, and maybe they can like stow away some of the supplies in some secret locations, so that at least they don't get robbed of all their belongings, so that at least they could survive as well the winter that is about to come. So at least they have some survivability as well in their own right as well. And so Chebron probably nods in somewhat in agreement, and saying, well, at least you get it now. You come to your senses. I mean, he thinks that to himself, I guess. Mostly, probably, he's at least wise enough to keep his mouth shut and not saying that aloud, I guess. But still again, he then talks to him. So, well, you see, we came to Whitewood in the first place, as you might recall, for supplies anyway. I guess it's just fair for us, since we get back some of your supplies as we promised, as well as we vowed, to gather up some of it that we need for our travels, and then we probably leave you away I don't think there is more to be done in Whitewood. We have a goal right now, as it seems, as a goal that is maybe close, or is maybe also in interest to you. We will see, but at least let us resupply on the supplies that you have here before all of it is gone anyway, or taken aback. So Gibran finally tries then to here to fulfill the vow at this point. So over the course, I guess, of the episodes I have here, I've noted down that there were 3 instances where they made progress on their vow. They found the supplies, they secured them, they watched over it before they come back. So 6 out of 10 for progress out of you. It's not that much. It might be difficult thing to see, but we will see what the result here is. So I make a progress move here, or a progress roll here. So a 6 against whatever I roll with the challenge die. I don't think they have more they don't have more to say against that, I guess. It's, I mean, what could they do anyway? It's not, there isn't much of it. I mean, they could maybe try to help them bring it back to the village. I guess that's a possibility. The question is is it, are they willing to like spend a day, I guess, to help them bring them back just for a progress more? That would be 8 out of 10, which might be better. Or are they more inclined to like press on? I guess Chebron is more in the sense of he wants to go further. He wants to go off. He wants to just leave this place. I mean, it's just being a mule. It doesn't he doesn't like that, just to be being a mule and walking or hauling some stuff back to a village. 2 hours, maybe longer, because he has to hold some of it, or like I guess he doesn't like the burden of transporting all this corn and grain or whatever through 2 to 3 hours through the wilderness. So I guess so, but maybe Catania is more inclined to help them, as she sees that the villages that they're here, they're half sleepy, half maybe even shocked from the attack way earlier. So I guess I could say that this is like a 50-50 chance here that they end the vow here, actually. So I guess Chebron is more in the inkling to just leave and check out this camp, to maybe fight another day. Catan is more the empathetic one, seeing the trouble they still have, and maybe helping them out one last time to just grab their supplies and bringing it back to them, to their village, and then go on from there. Maybe they could rest up again for a night there to just heal up a bit in a more secure location or whatever. So I guess it's a 50-50 chance here. So let's say I roll here for for that, I guess. So I roll a d100 and then a 51 or greater. They help them bring back the supplies. So it's a 76. So that means, yes, they help them bring back the supplies. So I guess Gibran is just in the process of talking to Dogger. So okay, now let's talk business. Give us our supplies. Where at that point Catania is like holding him back like onto one arm and then says, look at them. They just woke up and they don't seem to be the strongest. So let's help them bring it back. And as well, you're still you're being stubborn. You're still injured, and it would be great for you to just maybe take a day off from all the excitement and just maybe be just tend to your wounds a bit more, to let them heal a bit properly, and then we can go on and fight some more bandits. Which is what you probably want to do. I can sense it a bit or I can see it in your eyes that you just want to go off and kill some more bandits or bash some heads in. But let's be reasonable here. I guess it's also good for you to just like take a breather some more and well, let's help those people one last time. I think they will be more grateful if you do so. Then just let them be here in this unlikelihood or in this uncertain times. Gibran is looking down at her, just grudgingly, probably accepting the reasoning that he gives, that she gave. Just turns around, not even looking back at Catania, takes 2 or 3 of the bags of grain onto his shoulder and just walks off in the direction of the village without even saying anything. Just like, yeah, well, whatever. Just going off into the sunset, so to speak. First few of the villagers already also have like turned around and gone back to the village as well. So it's like a slow trail that is walking back, or a small trail that goes back to the village again. And Dagger again is probably also taken aback a bit from this thing, and yeah, says whatever. So I think so. They spend now like 2 to 3 hours, maybe probably a bit longer. As I said, the villagers are still somewhat groggy and they've just woken up, are still not at full of energy, and they just have to get back. They maybe have to do more. They probably have to do more breaks than they would like to, but in the end, I would say that's even taking longer, maybe even 4 hours. So again, like after about midday, they arrive back at the outskirts of the village, as the midday sun has risen and is beginning to. It's a beautiful day, which is of course a bit of a pain because it just begins to being or starting to get hotter again, and um, with all the labor that he has to put into it, he begins to they begin to sweat quite profusely under all this weight of the supplies that they have to gather, and under the midday heat that the sun is extruding as well. But at least I would say that this gives them some more progress on the WoW itself. So it's now 8 out of 10, which is was probably a better decision to do so. But I mean, it was a 50-50 chance if they help or not. And Jabran is like putting the supplies back to where they belong, or to this storage shed that they have, just putting them in there begrudgingly. Again, is a bit, maybe he even got one more of these sacks under his shoulder, just because one of the villagers wasn't able to hold them any longer because he was just too weak, just from being too sleepy enough. And he looks with dagger in his eyes to Catania and seemingly to say, "Are you happy now? Now we help them. Can we now please go? I don't like it here anymore. Definitely. Let's just get our payment and be gone from this place." He is definitely not happy. He's now the grumpy old pa that just wants to get out of here. So I guess now it's the time to fulfill the vow. Okay, really nice here. I rolled 2 1s on the challenge dice, which means, I mean, I could have, if I knew that I would roll 1s, I could have finished that, I think, beforehand. So that means it's an opportunity as well, and we fulfill our vow to completion. I guess Dagger is as happy as he could be with this what has happened, I guess. So that brings both of them back up to 5 experience points, which is quite good, because that gives them some leeway on what they could do. But of course, I mean, they ventured first here into Whitewood to get something, but I mean, I guess they weren't really able to. So I guess the opportunity, I guess, is I think it's they don't have that much to go on, I guess. I think at least what they do is, I guess, is to completely resupply. So I give them both, I put them both back to +5 supply, which I guess is what they wanted to do anyway. So they at least get some of the resources that they wanted as well. Even though maybe Dagger isn't as happy as everything turns out, he's at least he at least finds solace in that it in that the village at least gets over the winter, I guess. That they can at least be sure that they can survive at least one more winter, and they have at least the knowledge about that there are bandits about that may mean more harm that they can probably think of, so they could at least prepare. So at least he lets them just resupply, just gathering some more, maybe even some more herbs or something like that, because there are in a forest enclave as well. There's also some people here that that know about of salts, etc., that might help them heal wounds, etc. So I guess they could also like resupply not only on food and such things and water, but they could also resupply on probably, which is maybe more important, on like things like rope or torches, and even like healing items like herbs and etc. That helps them at least to fulfill, because they got hurt quite somewhat in the last few struggles that they have. So having some herbs and salves that helps them, and being here in the forest enclaves that deal with hunting, etc., and deal with finding like this healing herbs, it's probably easier for them to get. So yeah, I guess that is at least what is now. I will think about if I want to. As I said, I still have a lot of unspent experience points, so to say. So I could maybe try to maybe find some more whatever. I can find out what I maybe might want to spend it on. I guess Catania is technically on 3 experience points because she spent already 2 in upgrading her keen the last time. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'll find out what I want to do. But I also guess have to find out what I want to do next. I think they have at least somewhat a clear outlook what they could do. I guess they want to just because they got some of these insignias for themselves, so they could go ahead and maybe try to find out what happens in this bandits camp. So I guess this is what they probably want to set out. And I guess maybe Chip Brown, ever the opportunistic, sees here maybe now his fortune hunter is kicking in, I guess. And is maybe like saying something in the lines of, okay, look, it seems like that we both have a similar goal to get rid of the bandits. Let us just go ahead and find out what we can when it comes to this looming threat that hangs over your village, and maybe there is some more payment in it for us. So I guess there might be some things that we could help each other as well. So we help you maybe reduce a bit the risks or the threat that hangs over your village, or maybe it was just an idle threat. We don't know exactly if that guy spoke the truth, or if he just did say something to just basically keep himself alive for the moment. So let us go ahead and check out this supposed camp and report to you back what we know, and maybe there is something more in it for us than just supplies. And he's like grabbing or touching his pouch on the side, and where he keeps his pieces of iron, and just like taps against it so that they begin a bit to climper. And Dagger seems to understand the sentiment that he wants to say. So yeah, I know what you mean. So after fulfilling a vow, I guess we are swearing an iron vow again. But this time, because it's under the promise of payment, I add +1 to the roll because of the fortune hunter path of Chabran. Okay, so his explanations and maybe his argumentation weren't really the best that they what they thought of, I guess. So there's a weak hit here. So I rolled an 8 against an 8 and a 4. So at least we get a weak hit. That means I get a +1 momentum. So this brings Chabran up to +6, which is quite good. But I begin my quest with more questions than answers, which makes sense because we don't know anything about these camps. This could be just a hoax, as Dagger said, or as Chabran probably also thought. It could just be something that the bandit said to save his hide, so to speak. It could be that the camp is there's 1,000 bandits on there, so they will probably get slaughtered just within seconds if they just get near it. It could be just anything in between. It could just be whatever. So they have no idea. They only have a somewhat vague direction and vague idea on what to do. But I guess it's better than nothing. I put this quest at the moment, I guess, on a formidable level. It's probably going to be takes probably some more finesse, etc. to do that. I mean, they have to first find it. They have to investigate everything, which is probably a bit more complicated than just finding a camp where they already probably know where it is and killing just a bunch of bandits unprepared. So I guess it's a bit more difficult in a sense of that, or more time consuming, I guess, as well. So that is that. So the Sworn Iron War, it was a weak hit, so I guess they push on. I guess they try to go into this direction out of the village. Still a bit on the unhealthy side, especially when it comes to Chabran. He's still a bit out of it. Heard from the daggers that he got into his back, but nonetheless they set out and tried to find this bandit camp, I guess. But I guess it is Catania, I guess, that takes the lead here, seeing how out of it Chabran is at the moment. So they venture out and try to find the bandit camp, I guess, or a bandit encampment or whatever it is. I guess this is probably a dangerous challenge. I don't know yet how long it takes to find them that. So let's let Catania go forth and scout ahead a bit. So they undertake a journey here for this, let's say, half a day that they still have. As well, so maybe it's not a full ticket or full progress that they get here. Maybe just a half a progress, even if it's a dangerous journey. So they're setting off. Catania trying to find the best path, or she's maybe the one as well that is more capable or more able to probably pinpoint back where the bandit has pointed them to in the night before. So she's more the navigational genius, but still away. So they undertake a journey on plus wits. I don't think they share a bond yet with this community, so let's forego that. So she just rolls a plus wits on this undergo a journey move. Yeah, so they move along. I said it's just half a day that they travel. I don't think they travel the full day or full 8 hours, because they're still a bit knocked out from helping them. It's still quite I would say it's an unusual hot day even for this season. So they had to travel is maybe a bit slower, I guess. She also has a bit more difficulty to get their bearings again right, because I mean they walked back to the village from the camp, so now she has to find again, okay, where is the bearing again. Maybe they even did go back to the camp just to get a clear view of where to go next, which maybe makes sense that they get back to this first camp, basically walking the whole way back again to the where they found the supplies, fought the bandits, just to get the direction right where the bandit pointed to, just to get that right. So because it's maybe too complicated on where they are now to find specifically where the right path is. And as I said, since they travel just a half a day, I guess it's I only mark one box here instead of two, even though it's a dangerous vow or dangerous progress, just because they didn't take the full 8 hours to travel. So it still was a weak hit. So I rolled a 5 against a 2 and a 5. So I still marked the progress, but they also the way, as I said, was treacherous and maybe more time consuming and more resource consuming that they thought of, as well. As I said, it's an unusual hot day, or was an unusual hot day, so they probably drank more of the water that they just got. Took away from those resources that they just got, the fresh water that they just got. They had to drink it all just to stay hydrated, just from the whole full experience that they have, from the full exertion that they have. So they suffer, or Catania at least suffers one supply, so that means that she's now at +4 instead of +5. But I guess it's still okay. So they reach back. So they make their way back again to the first bandit and bandit campfire that they had. And there's still, I think, the pirate, the last villagers did before they left off, is still there. Just the last few bodies still burning in the fire that they put up there. And it's where they arrive when the day is breaking, and when the day is, well, not breaking, where the day is coming to an end at this point in their journey. And Gibran is a bit of a grumpy cat again, and says, okay, why couldn't we just leave 8 hours ago when I wanted to, instead of just walking twice the same path in this heat? And he's quite miserable. He's quite unhappy about the whole thing. He just sits down on one of the leftover stumps that they had before, the night before. Just sits down there and grumps into his thing, and is redoing his the bandages around his wounds that have over the course of the day have soaked full of blood, and he's like pulling them off, putting them the dirty rags into the fire, pulling out some of the new ones that they had, and of some of the herbs and sauce that they got from the village as well, puts them onto his wounds, and re-bandages them, and then tells Catania, you take first watch, and just begins to doze off right there next to the campfire, probably quite exhausted from the whole day. And I guess that's where we end this episode, and let's see in the next episode where we get, if we get to the big bandit encampment, and what happens there and what could be there. So I hope I hear you as well in the next episode.